Hi, I'm Jill Rep from June Tailor. Make this unique twister block and then join blocks to make a gorgeous quilt like the one you see here, all using our twist and stitch ruler. It cuts 5 different sizes of twister blocks. You can use one block or you can combine the twister blocks together to make a unique look like this. We're going to show you exactly how to make the twister block, and then at the end we're going to do a full tutorial on making this beautiful quilt. The twist and stitch ruler is going to allow you to make 5 different sizes of twisters from 3.5 all the way up to 10.5. It comes with instructions where we tell you exactly what size to cut your blocks and what size to cut your borders. Because to begin with, every twister block will have squares that are sewn together and borders added on before we use the ruler. If we have different colored squares, we will get twister blocks that look something like this. If we want to make one twister block in the center like this, it will give us a block that looks something like this. Let's start out with making one twister block. So we're going to focus in this area right here. To do that, we start out by cutting a 6 3/4 inch square, and then we cut 4-inch strips that are going to be sewn onto the top and the bottom, and that are going to be sewn on to the right and the left side of the block. And our instructions tell you exactly what size blocks to cut and what size border strips to cut. Those are all sewn together, and when we have that done, it looks like this. Now we're going to take our twist and stitch ruler, and we're actually going to do the cutting. And we're going to cut at every intersecting point. So here, 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 and here. So to do that, I'm going to be making the 5-inch twister block. So I've cut my center and borders to match up with what the 5-inch requires. And then I'm going to take the ruler, and at the intersecting point of the green sides and the white center block, I'm going to center the X of the twist and stitch ruler. And then I'm going to cut in the 5-inch slots, so here and here. So take your rotary cutter and just angle the blade slightly, get it introduced into the teardrop opening, and cut at the 5-inch mark. Lift up the ruler, twist it the other direction, and now we're going to line up the X again right at the intersecting point of our block and our borders, and we're going to do the same thing. We're going to cut in that 5-inch slot opening. And this is our second cut. And we're going to lift up the first quarter of our twister block. Now we're going to continue on in that same manner. Now that our cutting is done, we can put the blocks right back into position like this, and you can see your twist forming. Our next step will be sewing right sides together and right sides together, here and here, and then we'll sew the bottom 2 blocks to the top 2 blocks. We've sewn our 1/4 inch seam allowance down the top 2 and the bottom 2 twister blocks. So let's go ahead and take a look, and you can see our little twist is starting to form. And now we want to press. So let's turn that over, and we are going to press using a little bit of our Starch Savvy. Starch Savvy is a man-made product that is going to really give these blocks a nice press and hold them crisply in place. I'm going to press this seam allowance toward our outer green border and do the opposite with this one, because then when we sew these 2 together, the top half with the bottom half, we're going to get a nice flat seam where these 2 meet up. So now we're going to go right sides together like this, and we're going to sew the bottom and top together. So let's go to the machine and sew a 1/4 inch across our block. Top and bottom has been sewn together. So let's take a look, open up our twister block, and there it is. Now let's give it a good bit of starch again and press it. You can also, if your starch can needs to be lifted up, you can lift up that cut and press board nicely to get the starch on there. And then let's get a nice good press to this. Our block is now complete, so we're going to square it up at 9 inches. I'm going to use our shape cut ruler to square this block. It's so handy because you can center the block, the middle of the block, right where the two black 45-degree marks intersect. Now, I know that 6 is the center of the ruler, and I want to square it at 9 inches, so I'm going to cut 4.5 inches on either side of center, and I will have squared up 2 sides of the block. And now I'm going to take the block and take those edges off, turn it in the other direction, and square up the other side. So again, you're going to center the block under the area where the two 45-degree marks intersect, and then cut 4.5 inches on either side of center to get your perfect 9-inch block. So let's take a look at this, and that fits right in our grid. Now our next step is we are actually going to put this block onto our batting on point. But first of all, here's our piece of batting. We cut this at 14 inches and our backing, and you can cut that 14 or a little bit bigger than that. And we're going to attach that. We use our Quilt basting spray and spray on the batting side, and that will attach our backing. And once that is attached, backing on, we're going to center our quilt block on point on the batting. Now to do that, you just want to look at, is it centered right to left, and is it centered up and down? And once you have it completely centered, we are going to actually quilt this. So you've got a couple options. You can stitch in the ditch right along the pinwheel, or what we're going to do today is we're going to echo quilt. So we're going to quilt just a little bit outside that stitch in a ditch line. And when you do that and you quilt through the front, you'll also be quilting through the back. So we really turned this into a quilt as you go project. Our echo quilting is done around our block, and you can see it's quilted all the way through. So our pinwheel block is attached. Next, we're going to add our borders. So you're going to cut 2 strips at 11.5 inches and put those right sides together like this. And when we sew those, they'll flip over like this. And then to that, we're going to add our 13-inch strips right sides together. And those will go on like this. So the 11.5 inch first, and then the longer 13-inch ones. We'll go to the sewing machine and do that now. Our 2 sets of borders are sewn on, and what's left is our 4 corners. We are going to cut a 6.5 inch square and then cut it in half on a diagonal, and we're going to do that to 2 squares. So now we have our 4 corner pieces, right sides together, raw edges even. We're going to stitch in 1/4 inch and flip that open to complete our 4 corners. Our 4 corners have been added, and we now square up our block to 13.5 inches. Now the block is complete, and we're ready to join it to another block. So we're going to take this block and join these 2 together. There's a couple ways that we can do that. One is using our Sash-In-A-Dash. This comes in several colors. We chose the navy blue. And the Sash-In-A-Dash has a seam down the middle and a casing on the left and right side. And you're simply going to nest your quilt block into the Sash-In-A-Dash and run a straight stitch down here. Then we'll open the other side and nest our second block into the Sash-In-A-Dash casing and run a straight stitch between the 2. So stitching here, and our blocks will be joined. Now you can leave the Sash-In-A-Dash as is. You can embellish the Sash-In-A-Dash with a piece of fabric like you see here. You can use machine stitches on Sash-In-A-Dash, or again, just leave it as is. You would then use larger pieces of Sash-In-A-Dash to join row to row once all your blocks are joined. Another method is to use some of the fabrics from your quilt and make a type of joining method using a 3-inch strip. So you'd cut a 3-inch strip and cut it the length of your blocks, press it wrong sides together, and then with the raw edge facing the raw edge of the block, put that strip in about 1/4 of an inch on the back side of a block, and another strip 1/4 of an inch from the front side of the block, like this. So there's a little bit of a 1/4 inch hanging out here. Sew this on in 1/4 of an inch, and when you're done, you're going to actually flip that over on the front and the back, and then top stitch on the next block. So you're kind of creating your own sashing. So we hope you've enjoyed this tutorial and love this beautiful take on the Twist and Stitch quilt made out of Nantucket summer fabrics.